Hi, welcome to the galley. Now, I have been wanting to make this strawberry stuffed French toast since I made fresh strawberry jam the other day. Now, I don't know if you saw the short video how to make strawberry jam, but super easy. Three ingredients in like 15-20 minutes. And I'll put the link to the recipe and the short video in the description below. But it's strawberry season and I am celebrating fresh in season strawberries. So I want to take my fresh strawberry jam that I made and we're going to stuff some brioche bread and make delicious French toast. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is make some strawberry syrup, and I have a pound of strawberries here. I have washed them and I'm going to cut them in slices. I'm adding them to a pan. And to that, I'm going to add a half a cup of pure maple syrup. And I have my friend Laura brought this back to me from New Hampshire, and we're about half gone, Miss Laura, in case you go back to New Hampshire. So I'm going to do a half a cup of pure maple syrup. And then I'm going to do the zest and juice of one lemon. And this is just going to help brighten it up. You could do an orange here as well. So now we have our juice in there. And I'm going to put this on medium heat. And just let that start cooking down. So I picked out a really nice brioche bread. And I just think brioche bread is perfect for French toast. I love that nice eggy bread for my French toast. And I purposely went and found bread that wasn't already sliced because I want to slice this myself very thick so that I can stuff it. But first, let's make the stuffing. Now I am using mascarpone cheese. Now mascarpone is an Italian style cream cheese, and the difference is that the mascarpone is made with heavy cream, whereas our American cream cheese is made with milk. So it's a little creamier, it's a little sweeter, and you can absolutely substitute cream cheese if you don't have the mascarpone. But I'm going with the mascarpone, and I have an 8-ounce container. And I have let this sit out and come to room temperature because I want to be able to pipe it. So now to that, I'm going to add a half a cup of that strawberry jam that we made. And you could probably just wing this, but I'm going to just go ahead and use that measuring cup. And I thought this would do it. I thought that was probably close. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this jar. And I have to go strawberry picking again. So I'm so lucky because not even a mile down the road is a strawberry farm where you can pick your own. And I think I've been picking like 3 times already. So this means it's time to make more jam. So it's time to go strawberry picking again. Now, I'm not going to add any sweetener to this because you've already got that sugar from the jam, and that's going to be all the sweetness that we need. So I'm just going to go, and that mascarpone sweet. So I'm just going to go with my mascarpone and my strawberry jam, and I'm going to add just a touch of vanilla. So once I have that completely incorporated, I'm going to put that in a piping bag. So again, I want to slice this very thick, like Texas toast thick. So the next thing I want to do is I want to cut into my bread, making a slit, and stay straight as you can. Now you don't want to come through this side, or you don't want to come up through this side. You just want a nice hole in the center, and then you can see we made a pocket. So just be gentle and give all of your bread a nice little pocket to stuff. So you could make this ahead of time if you wanted to, Perhaps if you wanted to do this for breakfast, you could stuff it the day before and then lay it out and cook it the next morning. We're actually having this for dinner. We're having breakfast for dinner because we don't typically eat breakfast. Billy and I, neither one are big eat when we first get up kind of people. And I've been wanting to make this French toast, so this is what we're having for dinner. So put your bag in and start piping and working your way up. So let's do one more. So we're putting our bag in and just piping and working our way out. Next up, we're going to make our custard. I have 4 eggs here, and I'm going to add half a cup of milk. I usually do cream because I like my custard kind of thick, but believe it or not, I had exactly a half a cup of milk that I needed to use. So I'm using milk. I'm going to do about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a few grapes of fresh nutmeg, and be gentle on the nutmeg. A little really does go a long, long way. I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I've put my oven on 200 degrees. I'm going to turn my pan on so it can start heating. So get your griddle ready. So I'm going to get this all mixed up. And I have a pan with a rack. And what you can do is, as your French toast gets done, put it on this rack. Keep it in your oven at about 175, 200 degrees. And this will help keep your French toast warm if you're making it in batches. Or if you want to make it up a little ahead and leave it in the oven till you can get everybody called for breakfast. And the reason I do the pan is if it just sits on the pan, the bottom will get soggy. And this way the air can flow around it and it won't get as soggy. And then I'm going to add a pinch of kosher salt to this. So you can see our strawberries are cooking down over here. Now you can leave this with lumpy strawberries like this, or you could take a potato masher and smash it, but I'm going to leave it lumpy like this. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. So I'm going in my pan. I've got about a good tablespoon and a half of butter. And if you notice, everything's running downhill because we just filled up some water tanks in the stern of the boat. And so the boat's a little uneven right now. So you just have to learn to roll with things when you live on a boat. So then I'm going to take my French toast that's stuffed and just let it soak for a minute. If your bread is super stale and dry, you can let it soak longer. But if it's pretty fresh, then you don't want to leave it too long in there or else it'll just kind of fall apart on you. Got some filling going out and in we go. And I think we can do one more. We'll do 3 at a time. And I think you just have to do maybe 4 minutes aside, and you just kind of want to look at them and see how they're browning. So we've been about 4 minutes, and oh, I think that looks perfect. You might like yours a little browner and crispier, so adjust if you think you need a few more moments. Now I think that one could have got a little darker, so I'll probably go back and reflip that one. And this one definitely needs a little more time. So I've got my pan from the oven, and I'm going to put these first two that are done on my pan. This one I think needs a little more time. I'm going to put this back in the oven to stay warm. And then here we go. 2 more pieces. So I've got my last 3 pieces in. As soon as they are done, we can start plating. So I'm going to go with just one here to plate up for you. And so I still have a couple on the stove, but we can plate this up. So I've got this. Now I would not cut this. I would let people cut this. And we're going to spoon our strawberry syrup. I love the syrup. It's always my favorite part. And then we're just going to top that with some powdered sugar. And then if you wanted to, you could garnish with some fresh strawberries as well. Pretty tasty looking, huh? All right, let's have a taste. Let's cut into this and have a taste. So I just think that's a super easy stuffed French toast recipe. And let's cut in there. Oh, do you see the strawberries and the cream cheese oozing out? Doesn't that look delicious? All right. Here we go. Creamy. You definitely taste strawberry between the strawberry jam and that strawberry syrup we made. You definitely taste strawberry here. And then you got that classic French toast. It's a little crunchy on the outside and buttery bread. I can't wait for this for dinner tonight. So I'm going to stop so that I have dinner with Billy. Thank you so much for being with me today. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. It's appreciated. And until next time, safe cruising.